Hi, welcome to Peer Counseling with Florida Virtual School. We are going to go ahead and hop into this video. We are excited to have you, and this is a very quick, short video just to kind of walk you through getting started and let you know what you need to expect in the course. So first off, my name is Mrs. Pitts, and I co-teach with Mrs. Shotis. We've been co-teaching together at Florida Virtual School since 2009. We are best friends, and that makes it really easy for us to love what we do. Although it may say just Mrs. Pitts or just Mrs. Shotis as your primary teacher, you do have both of us, so we work together. You'll talk with both of us. We'll both be grading your work. So we really just try to step in so that we can help you as much as possible. All right, so we want to welcome you to Peer Counseling, and these are the points that we're going to go over. It looks like a lot, but I promise you it's not. I'm going to breeze through quite a bit of it. Feel free to always rewind this if you need to go back and look over things, but we're going to talk about what peer counseling actually is. We're going to go over navigating the course, which means the lessons, the assessments. There's a couple of particular assignments I want to discuss with you. We're going to talk about your grade book. We're also going to go over academic integrity, course requirements, and then our next step towards activation. So go ahead and get into that. So a lot of people ask, what is peer counseling? So peer counseling, one, we help students gain the skills that they need in order for them to succeed in all areas of their life. In this course, you're going to learn how to take action, set goals, manage your time, network with others, and help your peers. And just an FYI, this class is great for all students, no matter if English is your primary or your secondary language. Because when you hop into the course, you're going to see where it does talk a lot about English as a second language. But if English is your only language, this course is still great. All right, so we're going to talk about navigating the peer counseling course. So the first thing when you log into the class, you're going to see a black bar that is on the top of the screen. And that's where we're going to begin, because that's where we're going to find our main menu. The main menu is the one right there that you see that the arrow is pointing towards, and it is 3 lines, and then when you click on that, you'll see the black box. That is the main menu, and that's where you can find pretty much everything within the course. We're going to talk a little bit more about this, but you'll see the arrow pointing now to lessons. So you can click on main menu and then go to your lessons. You can also go to your assessments. This is where you submit your work. Again, we're going to talk about that further. Your grade book is where you go to actually find out what your grade is in the class. The little home button on the top, that will always bring you back to the home page of the course, or to what we call the announcement page of the course. And then in this class, you're going to want to check your email. It'll let you know if you do have an email, but you can click the email on the top of the black bar going across the top of the page, or you can click on email when you open the main menu. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about here is the lessons. And this is going to be the first place that you go when you log into the course. You see here, the lessons is what you're going to click. This is where you're going to read your information of the course. It's kind of like the book. So you're going to go through the lesson. The lesson is also going to be where you find the directions for your assignments. And there are a lot of videos, interactive activities, things like that in the lesson. So you're going to want to go through it carefully. When you do click on lessons, you're going to see where it says Super ELL, and you'll see 5 words underneath that: believe, see, achieve, grow, and fly. This is kind of like our chapters. We just call them different things, but you're just going to start with the very first one, believe. Now, when you get into the lessons, each lesson's a little different, but all lessons have multiple pages. So if you look in that top right-hand corner, you'll see where this one says 1 of 10. That means there are 10 pages in this particular lesson. You're going to want to make sure you read each page and that you click the arrow to move on to the next page of the lesson. Every lesson does have a video. This is a video from Maui. Maui is the person who created this course along with our other Maui courses. He is a super interesting guy, so you're definitely going to want to watch his videos and any other videos that are in the lessons. Now, in the lesson, towards the end, it's not always on the last page, but towards the end of the lesson, you are given your assignment. These are the directions. This tells you, okay, you've done the lesson, now here's what your assignment is. This particular lesson gives you two options, and you can choose, do you want to do option 1 or option 2 for your assignment? But not all of the lessons offer multiple options. But this tells you your instructions, what you are going to need to do in order to complete the assignment and get credit for it. All right, so now we're back to that menu. Once you know what your assignment is, you're ready to submit it. You're going to go back to that main menu and you're going to click Assessments. The Assessments is where you go to submit an assignment for credit for the first time. So it's the first time you're doing that assignment and you're going to go to Assessments. When you click on Assessments, you're going to see a list of all the assessments in the course. Looks kind of like this. I know it's kind of hard to see, but you are going to see a long list. And a lot of students ask, well, how can I submit my assignments? So you can either do your work in a Word document, PowerPoint, some type of file, and then you can upload that file as an attachment in the assessment. So whenever you are like lesson 1, you go to your assessments, you click on lesson 1, and you can upload the file. Or you can simply just type your answers into the student comment box of the assessment. Either way works, whichever is easiest for you. Now there are a couple of assignments that I want to make sure you're aware of. First, you see here 2 assignments that are highlighted in red. The top one says Segment Pretest Español, and the bottom red one says Segment Exam Español. Those are Spanish assignments. You do not need to do the Spanish assignments unless you want to. You're either going to do them in English or you're going to do them in Spanish. So if Spanish is not your primary first language, then just skip them and I will exempt you from them. So you do not need to do the Spanish assignments unless you want to. The second assignment I want to take a look at is the one highlighted in green, and it says it is the Achieve 5 discussion-based assessment. All right, so the discussion-based assessment is over the phone with us. So when you are ready for the discussion-based assessment, please send us a text or you can give us a call letting us know that you are ready. We can then set up a time that works for you. However, please do not stop working in the course. Once you have sent us a text or given us a call saying, I'm ready for the discussion-based assessment, please continue working in the course until you hear back from us. That way you're not just stuck until you hear from us. So just continue working in the course. All right, so you've submitted your assignment and now you're wondering, how did I do? What's my grade? You're going to go back to that black bar on the top of the screen and you're going to click on the main menu. And this time you're going to click on your grade book. The grade book is where you're going to review your work, resubmit your work, and you can your grade. Here's an example of what your grade book's going to look like. It's going to tell you your score. It'll tell you when you submitted it. And the great thing about it is you can click on any of those assignments that you've completed and you can read over the feedback that we have provided to you. Also, if you're not happy with your score, this is where you can resubmit your work for full credit. And that brings me to my next topic of academic integrity. Academic integrity simply means that your work is authentic to you, and we have to make sure of that. We have to make sure that you're not copying from a friend or that you're taking something from the internet. So we have a group at Florida Virtual School, that's all they do. And we have programs at Florida Virtual School that's what they do. They take your work, when you submit it, they run it through a system to see if there's any matches. Because you can resubmit your work, guys, there's no reason to copy. If you're not sure, ask us. Give us a call. Send us a text, email. Or you're not sure, submit it. You get a bad grade, you can always go back and resubmit it. Academic integrity is important at Florida Virtual School. Please make sure you're doing your own work. We want to make sure that you do get credit. If you do get caught copying others' work or copying on the internet, you could end up with zeros or even a proctored exam, which is where a teacher actually has to sit with you while you take the segment exam. So just make sure you're doing your own work. All right, so now we're going to go over the course requirements. It is a requirement that you must work actively in the course for 2 weeks, that's 14 days, before we can give you the password for the final exam or issue your grade. There are absolutely no exceptions to this rule. So, if you are a senior who needs this course for graduation, please know that we cannot issue your grade until it has been 2 weeks from your first submitted assignment. All right, so I'm going to go over the course requirements again, only because I get students who are frustrated because they say they didn't know that they had to do it. So, course requirements. 1, you must have 14 days between your first submitted assignment and your segment exam. No exceptions. You must complete the discussion-based assessment with us over the phone. And you must submit work in the course each week in order to remain active. If there is a reason you are unable to submit work, please let us know so that we can make a note of it. But those are the course requirements. All right, so what now? We just went over all of that information, and so now we want to go ahead and get you working in the course. So here's what we would like for you to do. If you would, please send us a text message with your first and last name and your cell number, and your parents' first and last name and their cell phone number. You can text us at 802-322-3587. However, if you don't have a cell phone or if you're unable to text, please don't worry. You can just go ahead and email us. The best numbers for you and your mom or dad or parent guardian can be reached at, because we do have to speak with y'all in order to get you officially activated. So go ahead and text us that information, and then we can set up a time that works for all of us in order to complete the activation call. In the meantime, you may go ahead and begin working in the course. You do have access, and you can begin working in the class. Just as a note, if we haven't already reached out to you, we will be reaching out to you soon to complete that welcome call, and we look forward to speaking with you. So we are excited to have you, and we look forward to speaking with you soon.